Balancing budgets shouldn't be done on the backs of disabled people or families who are struggling to get by. Today, the UK government announced its plans for a major shake-up of how they provide benefits and support to disabled people across the UK, and that will have a major impact for people here in Northern Ireland. We resisted and opposed major changes to welfare that the Tories brought through when they were in government, and now the new government is trying to pursue a similar path in relation to austerity. The UK government's decision stands in stark contrast to the social democratic safety net that we want to try and build to help support people and make sure that people are properly looked after. And it even stands in stark contrast to what's happening in Europe. Just today, German Conservatives in the Bundestag voted to massively increase German debt so that their extra spending on infrastructure and defence won't come at the expense of people who are needing that social security net. It's also a major challenge for the executive. Do they continue down the path of just doing what the British government is doing, like they did over welfare reform in the first instance, or are they going to stand up and say that we actually believe in self-governance in this part of the world? Both the DUP and Sinn Féin say that they believe in devolution. They have to make sure that they deliver on that now and try to chart a different course to what the UK government is trying to do. Ultimately, it comes back to this final point of view. Balancing the books cannot be done on the backs of disabled people, or the vulnerable, or those who are on the margins of society. We've seen that happen time and time again. That type of austerity only leads to one thing: more and more people believing that government is not on their side and doesn't work for them. Those feelings play into the hands of extremists. People like Reform, TUV, the AfD in Germany, people like Trump. We cannot allow those types of political movements to take root because of disaffection. Instead, we have to make sure the government works for people, that it supports people and doesn't leave them behind. That is the fundamental mission of social democracy and progressive politics across the globe, trying to make sure that people have the adequate supports in life to be able to live freely, to be able to live a productive and fulfilling life. And if we're not fulfilling those types of goals, then we have to reassess what exactly it is that we're doing in politics, in our activism and our campaigning.